but
we can try.
I guess.
Yeah, for example, those are the beans.
The beans.
The beans, Stan.
Let's see who's going to give them the beans. Big starting on the T side. Now favorites heading into the rest of the series. Krimbo definitely starting to creep up and be that star of Big consistently now.
Yeah, we're watching him grow up, aren't we? At least professionally. Definitely taking more and more responsibility under the tabseN leadership. Sin, he's lining up a geeky one. Jakey and J-Raz providing our observing goodness as it's process taken mid-space. Sin behind him and trying to puff up their chest. As you can see, a quick pivot. The smokes have landed. Look at this from Big. You can see Krasnal, he's staring at no info. They're hearing lots of dark steps. The CTs are forced to rotate through.
Oh, and it's perfectly worked out. That A site is now opened up, and DemQQ starting to read that now coming back, but is it in time? tabseN with a beautiful headshot straight to the first. SDY, rotation in, successfully decapitates Monte, but the bomb is planted, and the fight's still going on the other side of the map, but it's all focused here on A, and SDY just biding his time, desperately waiting for his teammates to get back over here, but the time is ticking on, and Big are creeping closer and closer to this pistol win. tabseN with another pickup, but here comes that retake attempt, all through the camera, back into the site, and just Sin left alone. Can he win it? Just one more left, and the time is certainly ticking. 10 seconds. Oh, 10 health rather, and Sin turns back for the headshot. What a pull-off for Big.
Yeah, that was really, really limited. That was hanging on by a very fine thread. But Sin keeps his cool. Well aware of the advantages that bomb plant had given him playing around and catching that hunt on heaven. Don't get to see a auto shotgun second round all too often. I'm interested to see how SDY is going to make good use out of that one. You want to theory craft with me, Yanko and Dinko? What do you reckon? He's taken that one mid? Dark? Let's have a look. SDY's
heading out mid. Guess you can't really go around the corner any further here, so you're just going to stick around this spot. Just hope they come into
you wrong. He's actually going to do a nice shotgun mid-swing.
I'm always surprised every time, Alex, I use the auto shotgun at the range of that thing.
True.
It's actually kind of crazy.
Well, there you go. He was expecting some presence in middle, and the molly confirms it. Krimbo walking up. Good timing on the smoke from DemQQ. They don't announce it, but he's foiled their initial plans to investigate the A site.
And this is so hard because you look at the map now, like that was the call was supposed to be an A pop, but the timing of that is just perfect of the smoke, and now they have to reset.
Oh, SDY, the alligator gets the first. The auto shotgun might turn out to be the most pivotal piece here for Monte, but they're going to be turning their attentions back to A again here, Big. One player lying in wait, that is DemQQ, far back, so they can get right up to the doorway here. And Big can explode onto the site. Defense is now shifting over, but that XM's not going to be too helpful from that kind of range. You're really hoping this Deagle from the back of the cake from DemQQ can step up with a kill at least here. And SDY's actually managed to get close. So this auto shotgun can start to be devastating. A third kill may be offered up to it, and finally SDY is gone. But it's DemQQ, 1 HP, has now got his teammate of Bro coming through connector, but Krimbo is taking heads and should be confirming this round now for Big, putting them in a much more comfortable position. Just Krasnal, the lone pole coming back in, and it will be closed out by his fellow countryman. Big up 2-0.
Wow, a lot of heavy lifting out of SDY there. Still couldn't quite pull the round out.
Well, yes, and heavy lifting, and then why after the second kill he wide peaks for a third kill? Like you're 5v3 at that, so okay, here's a second kill. Stay there. Stay there. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Right, you got a teammate cake as well, so you take the fight in unit.
Why, bro? It's 5v3. Like, just buy time for your team to come in. You saw the bomb, you saw everyone. The jig is up. You know what Big is trying to do. Instead, you die. Your teammate is low. Okay, maybe he was unaware of that, but he's stuck with the Deagle inside. And then once that kill comes from Krimbo, you know, on the third guy,
and it definitely felt like if he stayed in that position, he was confirmed another one with the way it was all playing out in front of him.
They were confirmed another one because there was a teammate behind him. This way, he didn't get it, then the teammate lost the fight to Krimbo, which is just a 50-50 duel.
Krimbo, definitely really excited to see his future because I think he was saying yesterday how, you know, he sort of asked about his development as a player, and he's sort of seen his first year or so in Big as sort of a trial period coming up and sort of figuring out all the different roster moves and all the different players that have come in, and he sees that as sort of a trial period of him learning Tier 1 Counter-Strike, and now he feels like he's matured to a great level, and I think we're seeing that not only on the server but off the server too. He's doing a lot more of the media, doing a lot more of the leadership stuff for Big, and it's really cool to see him sort of blossoming as a player overall.
I'm still seething from that round. SDY. I just can't. I can't handle it anymore. Like, that's just simply unacceptable to me, Alex. There, I've said it. Simply unacceptable. It's like it's like the second round. You're winning the force. You're getting money with everything. They're down to 4. They probably wouldn't have planted the bomb even. So you're bringing them down to 1400, right? Momentum, city side, Anubis. It's hard. All this stuff. You're a map down, and then you do that.
Yeah,
that's like the closest you can get to a blunder.
He's looking to redeem himself. He's dropped an AWP for Waro, puts himself down.
Yeah,
to
now
just
he's playing with the Mac 10. Is he just like doing his best art impression, or what's going on?
Yeah, he's trying to be the weapons expert.
Oh, he is the only player getting kills
the badges. Is there a badge for that? Did he not fill out his achievements? Like, what's going on?
Most unique weapon kills at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Well, that nade's going to be real nice. Just lands right on top of 2 players. SDY and Bro feeling the heat. A big, slowing things down. Majority outside of B, but Krimbo, he's over towards the canal, playing in the water, and Monte feel a little starved for information. So they're going for a play outside of B, pushing aggressively, gathering the info far back and taking fights. Krasnov will win his, but sticks around a little bit too long and goes down. But Bro is still here, and with a kill, that's the bomb drop. He might even get a second here, but tabseN overwhelms him. And it's starting to fall apart here, but
Mac 10.
There's a chance to try and recover. Here's the Mac 10 for SDY, the biggest moment of the round.
Yeah, and it's a good first, finishing off the job, but unable to find Process. He was the healthy one.
If he had an auto shotgun there, he gets a second up.
Bet your house on it. Waro, he's up for the clutch. He's advancing, he's rushing in. tabseN, equipped with the AWP, unflustered. And delivers the 4th for big. 4 and 0. As you can see, Monte's finances are a little bit worse.
Your AWPers hit those nowadays a lot, 9 times out of 10, and those could have swung some rounds into Monte's way.
I mean, he's their best player the last few months online, but it's always kind of been the problem with him, right? You do see a drop-off. Depends which level. You know, some events it's not as much of a drop-off, but sometimes you'll get a real drop-off when it comes to LAN, and hopefully Pro League isn't one of those. And I think if you're adding an extra burden to the in-game leadership, I think Waro isn't one of the players that communicates very well in terms of SDY. I think is a little bit more articulate, has a bit more experience on the international scene as well, speaking in English. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for Waro to try and keep up that level.
From the get-go, unless you started as an AWPer plus in-game leader, it's very hard to grow into it. You know, you need to really feel it and really commit to it.
Yeah, well, Process is feeling it. Look at this gap they've managed to create. With Presence middle, forces the ACT out to try and assist, and now they're smoked off. The site should be theirs. Mantu's bringing the bomb, Sin's rotating through. We've got a bit of a retake on our hands here.
A bit of a save on our hands.
Yeah, not a lot of util left over, and not a lot of cash, so still poking a little bit, but I think it's just going to be a beach day for Waro.
Yeah. Stretch his legs, get the sand between
toes,
that's
such I love that angle. That's cheeky from Process.
Yeah, well now their whole objective has changed. We're about to have a battle for the AWP. They just want to try and recover it.
Get it back.
Yeah, big. They have got at least, or they did have, someone bodyguarding it. Process is gone, and I think the rest thinking twice about fighting and losing resources over that AWP.
And Monte going for that setup, we've seen it from Cloud9 already a number of times. 2 guys mid, 3 guys B, really. But DemQQ, he's the A player, so once his name pops up on mid, you're sort of, okay, well, we can just try and, you know, it's a good risk to try and just take A for free at that point. You're probably guessing the setup, and it's fine to go for it. And that was pretty much it. There was no one there from Monte to sort of fill that gap. Process got way too deep, and 5-0 up.
What do you make of teams picking Anubis? Do you see that as a sign of like a deep map pool, or the opposite? When it's such the new addition in this point in time, if it's not your permaban, you've got to be you got to have a degree of confidence.
Fine, I like it, especially for teams, you know, in the tier 2, tier 3, right? You know that maybe some of the better teams don't have as much time to play it and put emphasis on it because people still veto it, like they have higher priorities. So if you really grind the map and make it something that you can pick against all these other teams, it can actually give you a pretty good advantage.
Well, advantage found. Mantu down. Will Monte convert and find their first on the harder side of their map pick?
Big don't mind just playing this slow T side team that actually started picking up Anubis when it first came out as well. Definitely put it into the map pool pretty quickly. And a team that will definitely welcome these youngsters. I think, Alex, if you notice these young players always, they're the ones kind of innovating and finding all the little tricks and pieces of utility, actually. So I think when you have another burst of young players into the team, you're gonna, especially on a map like Anubis, one of the newer ones, you're gonna have a lot of new tricks up your sleeve as well available. And bigger team that love those. And so drawn back into the 4v4. SDY gets caught. Krimbo doesn't give him a second to react. It's an instant headshot and 35 seconds left. Big with that kill. Have opened up the A site and it's panic stations now for Monte. Nowhere near the site at all with this AWP. It might just have to be a fall away again.
It's not worth it, is it? They are looking. God, this would be a large loss. You got max loss.
Save, I mean.
No utility.
This is just desperation, really.
Oh, yeah, an extra casualty then. Bro's gone. And Big continue to rack him up. I mean, we talk about T-side Anubis. It's comfortable. And Krimbo especially at the moment. That's his triple kill. That's his 10th frag total.
Sida got B sort of at the end of the last map, you know, giving him props. Coming over celebrating Krimbo's impact in some of the most important rounds.
I just noticed that Krimbo's only got 27 kills on his stat track. Do you think it's brand new for this game? Do you think that's like a nice way we can see his frag total?
They just keep track across the gun.
Yeah, okay, so we had 24. Let's see, T-side. T-side, he had 10, and now he's got...
Seems to be adding up.
Yeah, so basically, maybe he did like 10 aimbots.
Yeah, a couple of warm-up kills. Yeah. Maybe in the warm-up,
in the warm-up, that's true, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep track of the Krimbo stat track. Let's see.
He's been grinding a lot of CS2 lately as well, Krimbo.
Yeah?
He's got himself into the top 2,000 of the worlds already, so definitely been playing a good amount, whereas Waro is being banned for 8 days, so he's not allowed to play CS2.
Really?
He got banned on his first game, yeah.
How did he manage that?
I'm not sure, maybe like killed a teammate or something, and he got a 8-day ban.
8 days, bruv.
Straight away. He must have been just constantly getting banned, just recycling.
Like, how can you remain such a difficult online persona? Sounds more effort than it's worth.
He learned from the best.
Process.
Thank you.
Stick. That's one down. Krasnal holds, and it's still looking good. But
no,
he's been overlooked. He should have them both. DemQQ now in retreat. Off kilter. Overlooking the corner. Krimbo, he could take him. But Krasnal will activate. Nice for the double. Up to Monte in the clutch. They'll have heard this. Krasnal relaying that information. Knife out to A. Oh, this has util. DemQQ from main. Does he smoke it off or just plant inside? He's going to opt for the former.
Smoke coming in just to get up on top of the fountain, but this is a chance to see what Mantu's individual skill is all about. The clutch, the 1v2. He's got the sound cue and all the help, realizing that this is the focus point towards A main and fountain. He's just going to drop back into the camera. Feels comfortable posting the sniper up. Should be able to get at least one, but the double peek together makes it impossible for Monte to win that one. And finally, Monte get onto the board.
Can I ask you a dumb question, Yenko? Me and Dinko have been playing some Inferno CS2, right? And multiple times on our app takes, you have to count down for the double swing. Do people do that in a pro team in like a 3-2-1, or do you just say, okay, swinging now? Like, how do I communicate that?
There's a 3-2-1. It's just really quick. It's like,
you ready?
We're gonna swing together. 3-2-1 go. Okay, right? It's just sort of like it's not actual seconds, but
yeah, okay. You
can't just say swing now. Then the guy is, you know, it's like, oh, where do I aim? You know, you need to give it a bit of a heads up.
So kind of like a ready, swing. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Did notice yesterday though, it seems to be a little blind spot in Boiler now on the stairway. You know.
Right, you got caught out. We got caught out by that.
It was a couple of changes.
Either that or just blind swing on my contact.
Swing on mine, yeah. Oh, this is a setup. Talking of swinging on contact. Waro posted, tucked in towards the basket.
Contacting on swinging.
There we go.
Kanki's in the bowl. Get some contact. Anyway, Waro. Teammates anti-flash. DemQQ could be set up for a multi-kill here, but Big, they know that util. DemQQ knows better. Double spray. That's why your anti-flash is dead now. Unless Waro can bail him out. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, just like that. The A defense. Spotless. Waro and DemQQ against the world.
Yeah, that couldn't have worked out any better, right? There's DemQQ still under a lot of pressure, still flashed, gets the second kill, and the Waro is given all the time in the world because they're unable to trade. DemQQ, he comes back and he just somehow gets 3 out of it. But this is Waro. Nice, easy 1v1s coming his way in the end.
Teamwork. That was some Counter-Strike from Monte.
Has been a lot of A focus from Big pretty early in the rounds.
Yeah, it's funny considering it's, you know, often the less
Ooh.
frequent sight. I think Monte's nades imply they had the same conversation, DemQQ.
Yeah.
The good old double call, just go back where the setup was. You're not going to do it 2 times in a row.
Well, DemQQ's gonna do it again. A double make it 3 from DemQQ, and they are not getting past. They are not getting through the door. A is closed, and the bomb is at his feet. Monte and Krimbo, no way to get back in here. They've got no utility. And it's an interesting call to run it back to back, but DemQQ with the same success actually does one better.
I think the call is fine. You're counting on, you know, they just stops you there hard, so they're not going to expect you to do the same thing. They're going to expect you to change. You just go back to it. At that point, all the pressure is on the anchor, right? On DemQQ. If he can buy some time, get a couple of kills, or if he gets surprised and dies.
Well, this
time he definitely stood his ground.
Yeah, the DemQQ effect. You now find yourself sitting at T stairs in a 2v5.
Yeah. The cool thing about DemQQ, I think we've seen it on the last map as well, is the fact that he seems to be sort of an emotional leader in the team at times too. You know, when things are going a little bit wrong, they need to come back. He's very vocal. We heard him screaming miles away. So
does he immediately shoot?
Here we go, Krasnal. He sees one, but he's been spotted now and doesn't react in time. Krimbo turns on the headshot.
Yeah, maybe they will get away.
There's just waves of Monte players coming after him though.
The zombie horde.
They shouldn't be super keen to chase. I mean, they need to keep an eye out for their own economy.
Yeah.
Well, Krimbo taken out.
Monte, if he wants
the
an
read.
AK, he has to hold on, and down he goes.
But the really good play there from DemQQ was his utility. That was essentially what enabled him to get all the kills, and also made it much easier for his team, for people on the road. That was his smoke and Molly right behind the smoke, because at that point he gets the read. He saw the smoke bug as well. The third guy pushing towards Fountain probably heard him as well. So
No
great
more
play
smoke
from him.
bugs, no more one way.
That's true. But there is an interesting thing with the smokes now in CS2 is when someone runs out of a smoke, the smoke kind of covers their body.
Yeah, they get a plume of it pushing.
They have a cloak of smoke. You know, Krimbo, it's no surprise he's playing so well, because he's actually from Egyptian descent. So his dad's from Egypt.
Damn. So these hieroglyphics, legible.
So he reads the map better than the other players.
Exactly, he does.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Nade looks banging. Thank you, tabseN, on your head, son.
It was so weird how this run from Monte, you know, the 3-round run started from that one round where Krimbo had 2 guys in the back and just couldn't connect on the second kill, and then it was all this chaos. Krasnal comes down dark and gets 2 kills, and a lot of weirdness. And then 2 quick rounds on A, and now you're eking it.
Eking hard.
Interesting to see the change for Big. I'm assuming they won't be going back so heavily towards A in the next few gun rounds here. They got the AWP back out from Monte, and a lot of utility now back in.
I can't believe that Bro's name is actually just Bro.
That's wild, isn't it? Alexander.
What? Alexander Bro.
Alex Bro.
Yo, Alex Bro. Bro. Wow.
I was surprised with his first tournament at Cologne. It looked kind of crazy how good he was on LAN. Just wonder if he's going to be able to keep it up.
Yeah, 21 years young. Keep your eyes on Bro joining this roster, of course. 3 Ukrainians, a Pole, and a Dane. Communicating in their second language, you'd think that would lead to a bit more of a slowdown of their communications, but look at this from Krasnal. He's got full pedal to the metal to catch up process.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for Krasnal to be so far up there through the canal. And now he's getting back into Dark. Boro should have covered him off, but doesn't hit the shot. Loses the battle to the AK at that kind of range.
That's a bad miss.
That's a bad miss.
Definitely should have hit that one.
Like I was about to start singing the praises, like Waro escorting Krasnal out, saved the
bodyguard. Well, he did actually, you know, act as a bodyguard.
Yeah, in a way. If it's
laid down his life.
Yeah. Like a Kevlar shield, perhaps, but...
Oh, Krimbo loses that battle against Krasnell, who then drops further back into the B site. Strong defense here, and it's not breaking apart. Bro, at the door of dark, has stopped them from moving any forward, and here is Monte on the double. They've offered themselves up, and suddenly a chance again for Big. 35 seconds, tabseN just wishes that Krasnell did a little bit more squats at the gym. His ass would have poked around the corner just a little bit more, and Krasnell is covered off, gets a second pick on Monte, and tabseN is now into the clutch. A winnable one for the German in-game leader.
Let's see what he's got. As Krasnell, first victim, did pay a heavy price, opts for the AWP for the final. tabseN's already closed one round with the AWP, scoped up now. Power position for him. Can hold both sides of that statue position. It's DemQQ down. tabseN closes the round big, up to 7. Remember how that started? Krasnell catching out process. You'd think that that would have started to translate.
Boro with a bad miss.
Yeah, but the problem that followed up
bro.
after that was the sort of single peaks they kept throwing in the dark, just one-by-one fights into Monte.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to, I guess the call was to double peak, but it was a little bit late, so Monte got a couple of 1v1s in there. And that's what I'm saying, when, you know, if Woro gets that kill, that's a 5v3, that's a completely different round. Monte gets it, the streak keeps going, so sometimes, I mean, a lot of the times it just comes down to hitting the shots, right? It's all the utility and the team play, and that's all there to make the shot easier for you to hit and for you to have more information where your opponents might be. In the end, it does come down to clicking heads. And Woro, outside of this one round we saw earlier on towards A main, hasn't really done much this series.
It's true, he's had a round. He's had a couple of misses as well.
Unlike SDY and his other shotgun.
Still
rent-free.
Yanko doesn't forget.
Oh, that's a horrible way to go down with a pin in your hands. Oh, he was trying to throw out the smokes, but the round is lost. Big 8. Just like that, taking B, this time much more direct.
Well, they have just shifted, haven't they? You know, a couple A hits, now we get the guns back out. Let's attack the B side a couple of times, and it's managed to work out back-to-back here for Big.
Yeah, it's funny because I thought we were heading towards a world where it was a lot of like mid-centric, like you take mid control in the same way that, you know, it limits the rotations of the CTs. Nowadays, here with Big Clan, it's been very much kind of just pick your favorite letter.
Well, this round is caused by their economy situation, right? It was only tabseN left alive in the previous round, so the buy is not optimal.
Right.
And they had to take, and it was probably a good moment to change the pace, because I think it was Monte who took the timeout. So you're like, okay, they're trying to change stuff up to figure it out. Let's just get them with a sort of a faster round. And it was beautiful.
Certainly did. You can see Bro was completely unprepared for that one. Heading into round 13. Strap in, folks. Double AWPs are out. SDY fancies his chances on the Zoom banger. And aggression out dark, or at least nades that way.
Let's see if SDY can open things up. Knows tabseN's tucked on the right side, hoping he can spot a boot through the bottom of that smoke. Little gap, but it's been re-smoked out now. Just blocking them at the B door, not letting him through the arches. And Monte, he's got his AWP post up here too. It looked like he's going to play in that phase, but tabseN is going through the smoke. The Solid Pillar Pro is spotted, but there's just too many targets for tabseN to select, and he gets overwhelmed, and now Monte must start to pull that back, but Woro quick on the shot from the temple.
Yeah, both AWPs now seen in the feed. Monte missed his opportunity. And you've got nades on Krimbo. Sin, he's within a stone's throw of the bomb. They will be able to kind of retool, rejig this. It's basically putting a lot of pressure onto DemQQ, the man who's going to be responsible for any mid or A action, and that's what Krimbo's trying to show.
They're going to save, bro, I think, no?
No, they don't have the bomb.
Yeah, it's just so.
A little save, a little chill out mode.
I'm surprised, like, how does Monte not get, I mean, he started moving and stuff, but that was the one position he was holding. It looked like he had Woro dead to rights. Instead, he's just resting, Alex. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're just taking a break.
Probably looks like a good
Be
stretch,
back in 30 seconds.
Getting the hammies loose.
Taking a nap. They'll just catch up behind them.
Oh.
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 No,
That's called the Kubrick stare. And that into the 5th round for the CTs. 5 alive as well. Very nice.
5 rounds for Monte, considering the start, is really impressive. It looked like it was going to be a real struggle, but they managed to get a huge streak in the middle of 4 rounds in a row, right? So that's definitely helped out. And now with the double op setup, just throwing whatever they can into the mix to get another round on the board. And quick rotation over from Waro as well. So he had 2 ops inside of the B site. Just the right spot, the right time. And Big heading into the final few rounds of this first half. Look at you trying to get 10 to 5 at the half. Would love to reach double figures, but Monte making it difficult.
I mean, you're right, Alex. Mid is completely underutilized compared to a lot of the Anubis games that we've seen, right? It's been more focused on the sides, and we'll see. This feels like a good round for Big to just slow it down and do go mid and methodically take it and have guys watch the sides for a reaction, try to punish the CTs. Waro anticipating that, that's why he posted up middle.
Yeah, he's not being shy about deep clears. Both sides of mid clear from Waro. Smoke exchange here on B main. Big, they've got only the 1 smoke left now on Monte, so it's not going to be a full Big-esque execute, but we are going to be seeing a nice flash out of Process. Doesn't catch SDY. Confirms Dark is still under their control. This looks like it's going to be a bit of a limp finish here from Big. They've got Dark control. They got main. This is where the pincer has to activate. Waro's fast flanking the B main guys as well. Here comes the test. SDY. Wow, where did their health just go, bro? With a triple spray on the AK just as they committed. Krimbo looking to claw something back, but it's all for naught. Nice recovery from Monte. And we'll see that one from Bro's perspective if we're lucky. But yeah, Big Clan just sprayed on down.
Some of the rounds that Monte have won in the CT half have just been so dominant as well, right? You think back to the A play where DemQQ is able to just get a triple kill, stop them at the door, and now they're coming through and Bro gets a big triple. Big have been able to trade out some of these massive CT hauls coming in from Monte, and they can now end this half with 7 on the CT side, which is really impressive. You'll be in a very comfortable position. Yep. And that's not a big nade you're used to seeing.
I mean, that last round was super telegraphed. There wasn't really any pressure anywhere else from Big, so I think that's what made it such an easy hold for Monte. They knew exactly what was coming.
Krimbo knows all his smokes. He's been tasked with throwing 2. Thrown out 1 already.
Getting all the kills and all the utility. Now Sin charges his way forward. He's going to be crashing out with that first kill of the round. And Bro, from the back of the platform, Glizzy is his position. And it's all starting to crumble here for Big. A strong start to this half, but a strong finish from Monte. 8-7, as close as you can get it at the turn of the first.
nails the shot. 3 kills from the captain.
looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around it. You try and try, but never find someone who's mine. Keep looking for it, but you can't find it. Can't find another one to get around it. You try and try, never find.
Making magic when they need it most.
Monte versus Big Ridge is on in the second half of Anubis. We'll be getting underway very shortly. Monte shifting over to the more favorite side of the T side, and they managed to get themselves 7 rounds on the defense, and not exactly the most anticipated scoreline considering the start that they had.
Right, it was a real run out of the gates for the Big Clan T side. We're swapping sides now, but yeah, they did. They got off to a flying start, and things started to peter out. We got Janko Paunovic here to provide all of that critical insight into a head-to-head that could be a 2-0. Still certainly up for debate. Big Clan needing this pistol if they want to continue to keep the odds in their favor.
We're on auto shotgun watch here in the start of the second half.
For Janko's sanity, let's hope not.
Different kind of watch for me.
Yes, indeed.
Well, great start for Waro. Clean to the head of Sin.
Yeah, now you got Mantu up against the wall and the ropes. SDY puts him in the bin.
Nice shot from tabseN, just kind of appeared out of nowhere for Waro to try and deal with. And now there's a chance for Big to get back into it if tabseN can find a follow-up here. What a shot from tabseN. Great flick down to Bro. And now, well, there is a chance for DemQQ to get this flank. He's coming around the back of A-Man, and Krimbo, he thought he had the opportunity, he thought he had the up, but he still does. They're distracted, and he turns back with the dual Berettas, but couldn't quite stomach the second kill. And Process, who has been so ever quiet throughout this second map of play, he has to pull off the 1v2, and that time it is ticking beyond his control. No kit on his back, and they're not giving him the shots, not giving him the chances, and SDY just needs to hide away. This one is locked up. It will be tied up as Monte take the first of the second half.
Yeah, happy with that one for sure. SDY triple. Monte pistol and T-side pistol on Anubis after an 8-7 half. You'd think you'd be laughing, at least to an early lead.
That was an 8-7 half for Big, where they only got 4 openings, 4 entry kills.
Bam.
So that's pretty good, all things considering. But we'll see. Monte, they picked this map for a reason. You know, they lost it the first time they played with this roster, which was to Cloud9, 16-14, and then the last time they played it prior to this game, which was against Big in the finals. So very proficient on the map, and it's going to be tough for Big, especially now losing the pistol round to close this one out. Unless to get the reset right here.
Yeah, right here. Right now, Sin has opened up the account. Good one on the 5-7. tabseN investigating B main, and that's a lucky escape, bro. 7 HP. So Krasnell got tagged by the scout. Bro got tagged up by that B main push. There's grounds to have a conversation here, and Krimbo's even locking the door on him here. The timing is great.
He's just going to keep moving forward. Keep trying to get in behind. He just has to hope his teammates can delay.
More damage, more damage.
A good shot that offers up a chance to this MP9, but they're all coming in together in Process. He goes ahead, gets a double kill out, and now here comes Krimbo. Perfect closer, and celebrations from God B, because that's a big round.
Massive round.
Colossal.
Humongous.
Massive round for Big.
Gigantic.
Large.
Gargantuan.
Proportionally challenged.
Average for the age. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
yeah, anyway.
I like one thing that happened was that Proso still had a smoke, but he didn't use it for B, because that would cause them to stop and to turn and God knows what. So Krimbo had good timing, just sort of let them come, do your best, try to get the kills, and worked out perfectly for Big. You can see time is a cruel mistress. You know, it can be on your side, just a couple of seconds, bro gets that kill. Now the whole map opens up for Big. Where do we go? What do we do? Instead, bro turns around to group with his team, follow the call. Krimbo has to take a risk right in that situation, hits perfect timing.
Spawn smoke, where's that going? Let's find out together. Sailing through the skies as mid lockdown with a nice deep one. Sin going to be throwing nades behind that as well. Will stop any early access to that window fight.
Oh, Process under pressure right away. It was a team kill in the midst of that. The Process is overrun, and now Sin has to try and help his teammates, but DemQQ, he continues to go onto the side, and that tower, it will fall. The foundation's ripped away. It's Monte and Krimbo at least doing something here for Big, but the Tech-9s and the Deagle, they can be really potent once they're into the bomb site here, and that plant is starting to come in. Bro's got an AK now as well. They both upgraded into rifles. And this is a push forward for SDY that'll come out on top of Krimbo. And just Sin, back of the SMG. He is overrun, overwhelmed. And I love that DemQQ was still pushing forward. Even though the smoke is up and dark, he's getting chased in from behind. The fact that he keeps going, you see Big weren't ready for that when they still held the boost, hoping they could look towards B main, but DemQQ able to keep going.
Right, yeah, it started with that team kill.
But I'm not really sure what that was from Process. I mean, that was a bad timing to peek. That was a late peek. He had all his nades. Could have just blocked that. If you're unsure, you know, it feels like some of these newer additions for Big still acclimatizing themselves, you know?
Most definitely.
Yeah, which is, it's kind of wild that, you know, Sin was brought in as an IGL, right? And they thought that was, you know, going to work out. I think they quickly realized that it was too much for him to handle playing at this level and calling still. So shifted back to old tabseN.
I'm fine with that as long as they're actively, like, working towards him being the caller.
Bloody
Like
hell.
going back to it.
Much better now.
Yeah,
All he needed was the 5-7.
very nicely.
Finally taken out though, SDY. Summon some spirit with the AK. A second kill comes in and Sin, good swing. 5-7 to a headshot. The advantage sides are big on the weaker guns, but that player count is now evened out again thanks to Waro 2K in mid. Under a minute left as Sin turns. And Bro's head is caught looking the wrong way. So just Waro, who has been a little quiet today. This would be a massive clutch to pick up in the final 45 seconds. He'll begin his walk out of spawn and bring that bomb towards A. Could still have the option to go back towards B if he wants to through dark, but he's now crossing over and a big shot. Monte caught away, and Waro now into a 1v1. Does he make the right play? Sin has got the right read for the time being towards the A side of things. 20 seconds, not a lot of time for Waro, but he's committed towards B.
Yeah, Sin's working it out.
Won't get there anywhere near in time, so that bomb is going to go down, and then Waro will have a molly into the post plant as well. Plenty of options for Waro now, as that bomb plant's locked through, and Sin is so far away.
Like uncomfortably far.
There's no utility here and no kit for Sin. This is such a difficult 1v1 to win now for Sin.
In this game, this round's over. If you're gonna go for it, you need to be running here and just sort of
Sprinting in.
Yeah,
like
you can't expect to clear everything here.
Yeah, now he realizes that, but
I'll
yeah,
just
he
say
realizes too late. So off he goes, and Waro will win the clutch with just the right decision to go back towards B.
Very well played by Waro. 2 great AK shots as well. Clears out mid, flips the script. It was an advantage for Big until Waro happened. Double kill and a 10th in the bag. Monte, they are looking tenacious here. They want to take us to a third map. We'll see that it started so strong for Process. Sin's 5-7 equally effective, and ooh, Counter-Strike. It can feel so good and it can feel so frustrating. That's the shot we were talking about.
What Big do now, because maybe Monte's economy isn't fully developed yet, right? A couple of players certainly going to be weak on either weapons or utility, and Big have that saved AK, and a few players with some extra cash to throw in. So maybe we'll force around the AK or just a half buy. But it's very possible Big can still win this next round. Monte's not going to have the prettiest purchase. Monte can play a really fun T-side as well on Anubis. You got to see that at the Paris Major versus Na'Vi, little glimpses of what they were used to be like, right? You lose Boris, maybe you lose a little bit of that impact, but definitely making Anubis an exciting map to watch once they get onto the T-side Monte. And DemQQ is on the Mac 10. Speed through the water up towards the bottom of dark. He wants to get in there right away. It's just a 5-7 around the AK, so it should be nice and easy here for Monte to take an 11th. They're hoping they can lay a trap towards A on the CT side. Let Monte walk into that AK, but unfortunately for Big, it's the B play for Monte. And they've gone right in. Krasnal with the first pick. Here's Sin a little faster this round. Nips in behind Krasnal. It's going to be one, but that's it. Blocked away. 11 rounds for Monte.
Job's a good one.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Work, work. Job done. Job done, right?
Job's done. Trace does a great impression.
What, of an orc?
Yes.
No surprises there.
No, you would actually think you are in the game. Like he
Really?
does it so well, yeah. Righto.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah. Time is money, friend.
Unfortunately, I never got into WoW, but I did only get into sort of Hearthstone.
Did you say unfortunately?
Yeah, I never got into WoW. You know, I missed out on a lot of memes. And Alex was having to teach me the Leroy Jenkins meme back in Rio.
We sat
I had to go through a whole cultural
zeitgeist.
education. Yeah, zeitgeist.
Maybe you can ask Chad to show you Door Stuck next.
Door stuck.
All the classics.
Door stuck. I think Big Clan are stuck right now. One CT round to boast. It was the second round. They won the second round force buy. You'd think that's all. It's time for celebrations, and then of course lost.
It feels like
force back.
Big are dead right now. They've kind of disappeared in the first half and haven't been found again.
They're stuck, and SDY has just been helping them out.
They're stuck in the mud.
Can't get over it. Still 21 frags deep. SDY's been pulling no punches. I like this. This is very Big Clan-esque. Just go A. And it's only Krimbo here. As he gets that smoke out in time, it would be good. It's not happening. Awkward for Krimbo.
Yeah, very awkward indeed, but he stays up. He stays alive. And now with the smoke set up, a bit of a one-way to the side of that. So there's Krasnal trying to push a little too far forward towards Bricks. Krimbo's able to catch him. And now it will be Big with the advantage into the retake attempt. Mantu forced off the top of that boost by the flash. Smoke will fade away. And Monte and a decent post plant here.
Here's where you would need to do a 3-2-1 peak, Alex. You just need to hit the correct timing for it.
Yeah, but it's still tough, especially no kit. They have to get on that bomb site now, or otherwise it's going to be a lay down your arms. 5 of them just about considering it. Off the flash they go. Bro, first headshot found. More committing into the site. It's too good for the setup. The post plant is theirs. The round is Monte. 12. Big still yet to get the second round going. It's so horrible as well. You're in an quote-unquote advantage, right? You've lost the site, but you have that 4v5. No kit. It can be the difference maker. You know you just need a little bit more time to be procedural about your fights. And this time, going off of one flash and everyone hitting their shots on Monte, it just melts. And you can see what their finances look like here, Yanko. So upon review, hindsight I know is 2020. Would you be better off just accepting and like you're going to do a 5 versus 4, like a 9-man save essentially, and just back away?
No, you can't back away in that situation. I think it just shows much, and maybe a scenario that they haven't just encountered that many times in practice or in other officials, right? Where it's a 5v4, but you don't have maybe the utility you'd want.
But like, look at your buy now. This is for 13. You're going to get everything you need next. 13 looking imminent.
That's all right.
Oh, this is what the mid part of the map looks like. Here we go.
Have to avoid this AWP, which
is
now only the one. And A sites open. They're quick though. They're quick though. Dinko.
Oh, they got AK as well. Tapped him through the fire. Straight away to the headshot. Couldn't get the second. And so with that, I think the chances of Big do fizzle out. But here come the final waves of attempts back into this. 257s now running into DemQQ. And AK passed its way through a couple of hands, but eventually will fall. And it's 13-9. Monte do lock in that 13th number. Buy is back for Big. It was interesting. Krimbo was talking yesterday. He was asked about sort of the differences between Sirius and Mantu when it comes to AWPing for Big. And he felt like Mantu was definitely a far better team player, but
and Searson is just a better player.
Yeah, that was speaking to chat. That's where I was going to go with it. It's like, you know, talking about the difference of being a team player as an AWPer. Is there really? Do you have that luxury? Do you need to be a little bit more assertive, take a little bit more space as an AWPer instead of being that team player?
I think it just depends on the player, like on your attitude, your approach. He's gonna get caught here.
Oh, no. No, not enough information being taken on those jiggles out, and so they're just right up on top of him. It's Mantu not ready for how much space they've lost. Gaps perhaps in communication. Mantu B-hopping back into a rifle. Somehow Big are actually still in the better spot though, because there's the bomb towards A connector, and the last two players of Monte coming through A main. So somehow in all of those awkward fights, Big still in the better spot.
I'm not really sure how that happened, but it happened.
Well, the bomb goes down. Still a chance to recover it for Monte. With that smoke up, you can maybe get in on that re-smoke and pick up the bomb and get back out of dodge here.
That re-smoke just a touch.
Whoa, tabseN nearly goes down. He's so close to falling here. And Bro forced away. 30 seconds. You really needed to get that bomb on that re-smoke, it felt like. Now as it starts to fade away, it just opens up the chances a lot more to shut them down. But tabseN's gone and hit the deck. The bomb has been recovered. And now Monte have got themselves into a 2v2, into a post plant.
This is really uncomfortable process. Looks away as Bro is doing everything for Monte. It will fall to DemQQ to close. Headshot spotted and headshot delivered. DemQQ. Another impact round from him.
Oh, that's just terrible to lose that for Big. You know, you really should have probably lost at the start of the round. The fact that the bomb falls to your feet, you somehow come out of that awkward engagement ahead, and you still are unable to close it. That's got to feel so rough.
So you double smoked it. You had it control of it up until now. 20 seconds left.
But I mean, also Krimbo is in like CT spawn, watching that flank from beach. Like, you don't need to. You don't need to try to be a genius here. Just play with your team and watch that flank from somewhere else. You're 3v2, right? Like, in the end, he was... I mean, they managed to get the bomb with just one guy dying. Like, what?
Ooh, SC1.
These half buys have been dangerous.
Yeah, really dangerous. I mean, the A site's lost, but they don't have the bomb. This is about to get very spooky here, DemQQ. So Sin, he's got the bomb carrier, or rather SDY low. Oh, could have brought him lower. Now the bomb's on Waro. They have mid control, they have mid info off Mantu, full B main as well as pushed up. So with DemQQ already beach, I feel like this round's about to lose its potency. Gonna walk on in.
Oh, he will fall. Process's rifles come out on top, but they have got their way in towards the A site. Big a long way off. So Monte should be able to control this for at least the next few seconds.
Why aren't they trying to like
Very
run
slow.
a little bit closer to A main and sort of try to maybe steal this round away? Get the USP to run in first so the rifle can trade and try to put the pressure on Monte maybe to then peek, make a mistake, something.
Yeah, well, Mantu's doing so with his pistol, 5.7 charging.
Yeah, the lack of kit here might cost him towards the end. Waro 2K and Kras now with the double in between each other, and Big didn't have enough time to pull that one off. Once they arrived to the side, they need to instantly get those kills, and it wasn't going to happen for them. It is now Monte up to 15 rounds. Map point on their map pick of Anubis. This one looks destined to go the distance.
Yeah, I mean, what they did, just do it 10 seconds faster. That gives you more margin for error, more options.
Yeah.
Just some of these, when it comes to situational Counter-Strike, some of these decisions have been quite strange. At times from both teams, really. But Monte so far prevails. Map point.
Boatloads of them. What do you think the average occupancy of a boat is? 6? Boatloads? Let's find out. As this is their first attempt, and it's straight into Sin. DemQQ. Oh my gosh, yeah, if Krimbo's not careful, he's going to be committed to this angle. Sin is single-handedly defending middle.
Krimbo,
this is
been tagged as well. He's really brave to stay in the smoke, and DemQQ, oh, he's going to check it, he's going to spam it, and Krimbo is going to fall. Oh, he was just standing in that spot, really hoping that the risk would pay off, but it doesn't. It goes the other way, and DemQQ does his due diligence and Sprays through the smoke, and Krimbo is taken out of the round. The work is done from Sin, and the leg's now spotted of SDY, who still wins that fight against Process.
Could be a real nasty round here if you lose this one. After all of that hard work from Sin. A fumble from Process. SDY lives on. 6 opportunities to close here for Monte. Take us to our third.
It's going to be an empty A site they walk into again here. And Big's retakes have not really got going at all here, so they'd have to hope that they can break them apart before it comes down to that. And Bro is caught cutting off that rotation, and they're a little bit faster about getting in position now. They haven't let Monte plant and then get into these comfortable post-plant positions. They're charging back in on this retake attempt, and that is what it is. Singh comes around the backside. Great round from him so far. Looks like it's going to be enough to close it, unless SDY somehow gets them to line up. And good peek that from Big to secure an extra lifeline on this map.
Yeah, great round out of Sin. I mean, we talked about his start in middle, but he actually nails the one on the way in as well. Triple kill from him. And the first of the aforementioned 6 of those tests passed. That's what we were talking about. We'll see this one as well. Nice shots from Sin off the back of that flash. Trading off.
There's a boat. Well. I reckon that could fit 6 people, 7
comfortably.
Maybe. Yeah.
You know, 2 on each jibbly wibbly.
If you're really pushing it, 3.
Yeah, really, really pushing it, hanging your legs off the edge. Mid-util. No one going to try an early aggress. I say that as Krimbo. He does just force the fight with DemQQ. Didn't like the way that last one went down.
Slaps him this time around. He's like, okay, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to take the fight right away. DemQQ falls. That's going to be big. Feeling pretty good about the start of this one. Could be overtime. All right, Process has had a couple of nightmarish holds towards Dark. Hasn't been able to block them too well with his util, but this time looks a little better. Some help coming in. That's another molly. Yeah, that definitely helps. God. And actually forces them into Krimbo. As he comes around the back, the aggressive maneuver from Krimbo reaps him another 2. And that's a nightmare round for Monte. That's when you just crumple up and throw in the bin.
Oof. Yeah, a couple of unforced errors for both squads.
Can't remember the last game where I've seen both hoppers do so little. Like
across the series.
So little presence, so little impact, so little anything. But hey, Alex, let's stay positive. Yeah. This gives the riflers a chance to shine. Just look at Krimbo.
Just look at him.
He's doing great.
And SDY.
And Krimbo.
Krimbo is fantastic.
It's been a lot. Like, I'm struggling to see sort of connection on both sides between some of the T rounds. Like, there's not really a story there. It seems like rounds are just being called separately for themselves. Some of it is influenced by utility here. You know, the aggressive peak now from Process and tabseN, understanding the money situation as well. Usually you're trying to sort of set your opponents up with something. You know, you're doing stuff, okay. Based on what you were doing, you can come up, we can cut it with a call. Didn't really see too much of that here.
The AWP for Mansu, not landing its mark. And that is going to be Monte. Getting information, the AWP's there, they don't want to follow up on it, so they're backing out of there, heading into the canal. Still a lot of time left, but not a lot of hope. This mid-peak might just come in at the perfect time for Sin to catch SDY. Sees him, does a lot of damage, unable to collect the kill in the end. And now under 1 minute, the Dark Peak coming in with a follow-up flash in behind. Krasnal set up. Process has fallen back to use cover of the pillar. He's got tabseN alongside of him too, and they're using the final pieces of utility just to block them off in Dark. Don't let them anywhere near this site, and tabseN gets the triple. Good lineup to shut that one out.
Wow, yeah, dream setup for Big to try and take this to overtime. It's quad AK-47s. And MBT looking a little concerned.
Please no, guys.
Yeah. Well, 3 of those 6 tests passed. Another 3 to go if Big want to secure OT and avoid that third map.
In reality, it's 2 gun rounds. I mean, and this one isn't great to begin with. There's 3 Galils, a Mag-10, and an AK. And it seems like a repeat of that round that we saw early on in the half from Monte, right? The A executes, where they all go through. Rugs come down. And Krimbo has been playing a good game, so let's see what he has in store for us on this hold. Support from Sin. They have 2 mollies. Smoke, use something.
Oh, well, Krimbo's locked out. He can't do anything right now apart from trying to assist Sin with the flashes, and it's working out really well. Sin gets a double from the back of the cake, and now Krimbo can leave that wall and peek out from the top of the bricks, and he'll take himself the kill that closes the round. Fantastic hold from Big, in particular Sin again, who's had some really nice rounds over the last few. They're now 2 away from overtime.
And this is just pistols for Monte. So 1 gun round away for Big. Obviously a couple of different things in this round. First, Voro died immediately on mid, so that could have also been a tell for Big. And then great anchor play from Krimbo. Getting it done, buying time. Good. We saw some of that counter utility. So we'll see. There's a good chance LMBT is just sort of calming the players down a little bit and giving them the call for the final round. What he wants them to do, not necessarily for this one. Sure, obviously they're still trying to win it. What I don't want to see here is people spending too much money, Alex. And Voro is already on like only 1,200. So if they don't plant, he's on 4,600. That's no op. If you even want it, but let's see.
Let's find out. Monte, conservative. Some more than others. DemQQ, the audacity to try and counter that Monte against an AWP. Certainly backing himself.
This would be the typical round for Monte to win. Just take 16-13 on the back of the pistols.
Yeah, I mean, considering the weaponry they're up against, it would be very hard to imagine this going wrong. Got Monte and Sin, a little bit of proactivity on their mid defense here. Waiting for that fade, drop the incendiary. Monte's got the doors swing covered, and they are preparing for A, so keeping these mid players busy is an achievement. They've left him a smoke as well, that's interesting.
Testing A again. And this time, Krimbo is going to be up on the fountain. He'll be involved in the early fights on the attack in with Sin alongside of him. Sin with the first. Krimbo will die for a Sin to let him step up with the follow-up kills. And just SDY in middle. P250 will try its best, but it is shut out. We're going to need all the rounds here. Monte looking to close out the second map of play, or Big forcing us to OT with the hopes of a 2-0 win in the best of 3 still open up.
Let's see now what Monte has in store for us. That's a 5-round win streak for Big. We're down 15-9. And now, you know, it's not just about the CSGO. LMBT actually taking 2 timeouts in a row, really trying to, you know, get his point across and explain to them, kind of detail what he wants him or the team to do, and perhaps some of the timing. So let's see what Monte does in this round. It's also important, you know, it's like, oh, they're coming back. You thought you were like, this was in the bag. We're going to close it out. We're going into a third. All of a sudden, you're 1 round away from overtime.
This would be quite the comeback from Big, and on the harder side. I mean, this has been a very impressive run. 5 in a row.
Well, it's about to be a pop from Monte into this B side. They've got no control elsewhere, so it has to be quite committed in towards this side of the map. And Mantu doesn't get the peak on the first kill, and it's now going to be tabseN and Process having to step up. And Process overrun, Crastal in with a double, and they've got the B side. Monte with a simple call, and it might be the one that gets them the win here.
Nade looks good for some damage onto SDY. One-shot headshot potential for this comeback. Retake from Sin. He's been great. Krimbo as well. 2 of the high flyers from Big just to try and force overtime. And now with Krimbo gone, it looks like they've done enough. This is Kras now 4 on for the ace. He's got his team the round they needed off the back of the timeouts. LMBT surely Surely he's got to be happy with this one. There's no time in this one. No time at all, Sin. He has to find the headshot. Krasnal ace to secure it. And we're off, going the distance. We will need that third map. Ancient required. Big and Monte, this story continues in 30 rounds. A long, arduous task to take it there. But Monte, they keep their head above water in their opening game of Group B.